Thank you for joining us. This is on Today Media. I'm going to give you a breakdown of developments and the continuous build-up both locally and internationally. I am not here to talk about any other thing for a lot of people who have come to identify with this platform. It is a wide jubilation globally, a celebration of the history Martin Nnamdi Kanu has made globally around the world. Today, the United States of America has acknowledged Martin Nnamdi Kanu as the second black man ever in the history of America to be discussed in the U.S. Congress. The another black man that took that position was actually Nelson Mandela. No other person in the history of the black race except Nelson Mandela and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Well, that is it. Let me give you an update to the News Central has taken down that very unfortunate video made by, I don't want to mention his name, trying to tell the federal government to disalive Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down completely. The plot is real, but the resistance they received, I will send enough signal to them that if anything happens, of course, the generation of this Biafra will definitely know what to do at the right time. But that is not, I want you to calm down and watch the recent, just between last month and this month, Biafran struggle and name has gotten, massive international, attention, courtesy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We must give it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no other person. It's a must, we must give it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All those ones that have been saying this and that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all that, they have seen it very clearly that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is highly and deeply rooted, focused in this, struggle. Yes, I want you to come down and watch the assembly of world diplomats from all over the world that came together to form a coalition called International Freedom Coalition just because of Biafra. And they invited, different organizations from United Nations, from EU, from Africa, African Union, ECOWAS, and other. And I want to tell you the reason why these things are happening and what it portends for the Biafra struggle at the end of the day. It's a big news. It's a big one for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And remember, I want you to come down and watch this video.
Express our deepest gratitude to the International Freedom Coalition for opening its doors to the people of Biafra and your courageous mission to confront jihadist violence and defend vulnerable communities across the globe. Thank you for embracing Biafra as part of this global family. Biafra is located in what Nigeria calls Southeast and South-South regions of present-day Nigeria, and also parts of Lower Benue and Lower Kogi. Our population is estimated to exceed 80 million people. We are a group of people with similar culture, tradition, and religion, predominantly practicing Christianity, Judaism, and traditional religion. But above all, we are people known for resilience, innovation, and hard work. Wherever you travel in the world, you are likely to meet a Biafran contributing to society as a doctor, engineer, entrepreneur, scientist, teacher, athletes, business owners. The list goes on. We believe in innovating, building, creating, and serving. But despite everything we have given to the world, our story has largely been one of suffering. The story of modern Biafra changed dramatically following the amalgamation that brought together different regions under British colonial rule. From the perspective of many Biafrans, that political arrangement ignores the wishes of our people and laid the foundation for decades of injustice, marginalization, and killings. In Nigeria, the history of genocide against Biafran dates back to the 1940s and has seen periodic upsurge, such as the Igbo program in North and Western Nigeria in 1966 that preceded the 1967 to 70 Nigerian Biafran War.
So it tells you that also another very important video. I want you to listen to another video, of another congressman. There are two there, that actually make what's that very impactful statement, seeking for a motion that allows United States government to take a particular decision concerning Mazen Namdekano, concerning Biafra, concerning Nigeria at that point. And that guy as we are talking about today is called James John. Please, listen to what James John said when after he has moved that motion. It was a bill after he has moved that bill, and of course, motion, it was seconded and it was passed. And remember, you see, there's a way people doesn't understand what America is trying to do. America is highly tactical and diplomatic, because they don't want a situation where they are going to have, a kind of diplomatic, role with United States, with United Kingdom over the issue of Biafra. But thank God that the current Prime Minister of Britain, and the Boham, is married to an Israeli. Keir Starmer also married an Israeli woman. I mean, the former too. But what we're saying is that immediately Andy Boham came in, he made a statement about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and he also allowed the United States of America to immediately use their air base to continue to see how they will tackle the issue of extremism in the Middle East. Just calm down, and watch what actually played out. That means Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has made Guinness Book of Record as the second black man to be discussed in the Congress, in the US Congress, for the very first time.
Nigeria is the deadliest place on earth to be a Christian today. Since 2019, tens of thousands of Christians in Nigeria have been slaughtered as part of a sustained pattern of religiously motivated violence by Islamist jihadis ignored or enabled by the Nigerian government. Extremist groups like Boko Haram are allowed to operate without any meaningful response from authorities. A courageous leader named Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was convicted in a farce show trial for speaking out about what's happening. He's currently serving a life sentence in prison, convicted on false terrorism charges. I implore my colleagues to support my bill, HRES 1321, calling on the Nigerian government to conduct another trial in accordance with its own constitution, based on evidence, with access to legal counsel, medical care, and international law pertaining to humane conditions of detention, or, better yet, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu immediately and unconditionally. America gives billions to Nigeria. We will not continue to fund a Christian genocide. We have the moral obligation to stand up so our Christian brothers and sisters can worship the Lord our God in peace. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield.
It's coming. And what is coming? Biafra is coming. It is coming. And see, this is not a matter of, you didn't know what I'm excited, and if you watch most past my analysis in the past, most of my videos, I'm going to celebrate you, all the people that have been following me for years, watching my videos wherever they find them and all that, I'm not saying that I'm 100% perfect, but I want to be improving on daily basis, and that's why I'm asking you to continue to share my videos, continue to like and comment, continue to show solidarity. You are not showing solidarity to me, you are also showing solidarity to IPOB leaders. You are also showing solidarity to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You are also showing solidarity to Biafrans all over the world, both the good ones and the bad ones. That's where that's what it is. Then you are also showing solidarity to our great fathers that defended our faith, that defended our identity, that gave us a name, that died for that name, Biafra. That's why you always share my video. I know, I get other people to kill in because like most of the things I've been analyzing, about Biafra for some time now and telling you the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be in Sokoto prison, why Biafra is being recognized. Very interesting, yeah. But it's coming gradually. But I want to tell you, the level of diplomacy that is being played out now. And I want to mention names, of the people who are involved, in that, former NATO chief, if I can still remember his name, Fares or something. Then you have Mike Waz, who have James John, who have Mike Johnson, who have Ted Cruz, who have Mike Arnold, who have Dr. Margaret Obi. These are the people. I'm not talking about those ones from. Most of them are from EU. Most of them are from. I also noted that we have some also Israeli delegates who are also part of it. You know why they are doing these documentations, and why the people are coming to talk about Nigeria, talk about Biafra, talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is because they have digged it deeply and find out that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not compromise this struggle. Anybody that is talking against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thank God that most of them now, Odika, their hands has actually started going down because they have seen the impact of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I told you that 4-4 will make sure all your kids don't grow. See, that is the truth. This fourth, IPOB, DOS members, they are rooted. I can tell you that they are rooted. And they are really making it in. So why you are seeing this diplomacy actually building up, people are making presentation, people are coming out to talk about Biafra, people are telling the whole world, that Biafra is qualified, Biafra has merited the standard population geographical zone, in terms of enterprise, it was popular all over the world, a lot of things. So it does not come to them. And what baffles most of these, representatives from different blocks of the world, EU, West, Asia, Africa coming together to talk about Biafra, is that they have looked into it. They find out that that the Igbo people are not just living; they are contributing to the civilization of this world. And in terms of building alliances, even though Nigeria is trying to be faster than their shadows, they have continued to make a lot of impact. I want to say very clearly that the News Central, the platform that unfortunate man used to make that kind of statement against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been taken down by the media house because of the outrage from different people all over the world and those who supported them. And of course, the trending Yorubas, there were 4 Yorubas, who were in that checkpoint, who made that statement, against the Igbos. All these things are being documented, all over the world, and people are seeing in it. But we are getting closer to the talk about man of the moment, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and of course, the nation of which he leads. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has already defined his position in this struggle, and it is very clear. Imagine in a situation Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have collected 500 billion. Yes, it can come in parts. How much did they give Tombolo for oil contract? The guy is sitting close to 7 trillion every year from the federal government. And you're promising Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 500 billion to drop Biafra. And he said no. Can take your money. This is a man who has bought a house in London since 2001 and have no any property in Nigeria anywhere apart from his father's house. Well, What did Machiavelli say? He said the end will justify the means. So it's a big one. Yes, I can tell you that with all this solidarity, with all these things happening around the world, I can tell you very categorically, very clear that all these nations, including the UN and including the EU, including all the coalition blocs, from different countries and representatives, who are part of the international community, and of course, most of them has met that standard of United Nations observers status. 193 of these countries are sovereign nations. 27 of them are EU nations who are sovereign nations. And if you look what is actually building up, gradually, you will discover very clearly that it takes one nation among all these nations. You know why they are making these things on daily basis? Sensitization has started, solidarity has started, and the Biafran documents are being presented. And then people are making cases for Biafra. They are asking questions. Is it sustainable? Can Biafra survive? Can they do this? What kind of government is it going to be? Which kind of and it became very clear that Biafra is going to be a secular nation. If you listen, that woman you are seeing there is an European delegate. You can see people from the EU, a former NATO chief who is there, members of the diplomatic bloc of the United States of America are there. Well, Nigeria will say 99 this time around. I can tell you that. There's no two ways about it. No two ways about it. And the motion has been moved. Yes, I know that Bola made that. I think they are already preparing for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Do you know the reason why these two individuals has been singled out globally, and why these things are being talked about today? Different organizations and agencies responsible. Who tells you? Look at what happened to the EU Parliament a few days ago, where countries came out and spoke about the breakup of Nigeria. They need to create a Christian nation to protect Christians in Nigeria. Are they not still people are dying? If you check out recent report in different platforms of the media in Nigeria, they are still killing. Then the question is the same question that Abraham Traore asked. Why is it that Christians in Europe are not killing fellow Christians because of their faith? It did not start today. And I tell you, Britain will not answer the Nigerian question again, because most of them are connected to the government and the people of Israel, and of course Biafrans. So the narrative have continued to change. People are presenting the true picture of what transpired. Imagine a situation: a Plateau governor came and said, that we are being deceived. To those pro-Islamic extremists in the government started attacking him. That who is he referring to that actually deceived the wedding builders? Of course, it is Gowon. And he made as action a loyalist of Buhari, referring to the same narrative about 1966. We are hearing that the coup they are talking about was led by Fajri, and that Chukwumanzogo only headed the northern structure and was not the leader of the coup. But because he headed the northern structure, it was perceived and believed that he is the leader of the coup. What about Ifajuna? Yes, they are all Igbos. But in the 22 or 27 names there, the real Igbos there are not up to 3 or 4. Yes, let's say 7 Igbos, because they are all Igbos. I won't mind this one that will come there. No, go and look at the presentation that was done in the presented to the EU, presented to the United Nations, presented to relevant authorities. The Biafran territory is south, south, and southeast. Who are you? When the time comes, there's a reason why the Igbos are pirates. If you go outside the country, you go to developed nations around the world, they tell you what Igbos have contributed. Those who are waiting, just the day one sovereign nation will fulfill that international law backed by the United Nations and the EU. And we are praying that Israel should be the first nation to recognize Biafra. We have 11 countries already on the standby, but recently it was added to 12. It was added and the number became 12 when the Israeli ambassador visited Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore agreed that on public recognition of any sovereign nation who are, you know that Africa is not even on the observer status in the United Nations, not even a member, or even in the EU. So any of these nations, Africa is not there, any of these nations that stand up and make a recognition that Biafra has been recognized by the powers of sovereignty imposed on me as a nation under United Nations law, I hereby recognize Biafra as a sovereign nation. That is the end of it. Then I will tell you in less than 24 hours, everything pertaining to Nigeria in Biafran land will be shut down. Six million Biafrans were murdered because the one couldn't honor a simple agreement. Simple agreement. So you can see that it does not mean, but because these are the the lobbying group, this one that have just launched now, that is talking about Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the recognition of Biafra, where they came out and allowed an EU representative to present a Biafra as a nation, how Biafra function. Wow. And it was done on the floor there, clearly. Then this, and I'm telling you that you think that these people, they don't know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. They are determined and they have crossed their mind. They are making it openly. They are making it public. Whether Nigeria will like it or not, whether anybody like it or not, it has been decided by the Chukwu Okike Abiyama that you wake up one day and you find yourself in Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be in that prison. I go and look at my videos back, and Biafra is being recognized. It's entering the White House. They are preparing to receive Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the White House to hand over the instrumentalities of government of Biafra to him. Can I tell you, today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's picture appears in Washington Oval Office as the second black man to have been debated in the floor of the prestigious congressmen. This is people that decide, that kept the world safe, that turns the world to a global village, that value humanity and grace. Forget whether they are Republicans or Democrats. No, when it comes to the American interests, they come together. Biafra will not be a burden to America, no, to civilization, no, to humanity, no. Biafra will not be a burden to Israel, to the Israeli government, they know, to the Knesset parliament, they know. And that is what is playing out. Mazen Namdekano's picture appears. And that's where I told you, go and watch my videos, go to the channel and watch those videos where I told you that, Mazen Namdekano cannot be, that a superior force, superior power, that what they are planning. When they begin to, they saw the public opinion, they saw the resistance. The federal government is testing ground to see whether people will actually, kill it. They said, no, Saddam Kano must not die. If he died, don't die.